For early access plus exclusive content, facilitated discussions, live one-on-one Q&As, and more, become a patron at patreon.com/Bruce Poinsett.
Is companies, organizations, schools need to know what they're looking for, because I think people who are hiring DEI consultants aren't versed enough in the industry. And it's just like the legal profession. If I am charged with a felony and need to get off, I'm not going to call a family law lawyer. Same way, if I need to write my will, I'm not going to hire a corporate patents lawyer. Like within the DEI industry, there are several different specializations and industries. Like you need to find someone who has proven experience in both the industry that you work in and also the methodology that you're looking for. Like you wouldn't hire me if your sole purpose is you're looking for HR support. That's not my thing. I could tell you 5 different consultants who that is their thing, but it's not me. Like I'm someone you would hire if you're looking for learning development and trying to establish culture, which is different. And I think people end up hiring someone who's not a good fit because they just assume because DEI is in the title or their website mentions it, that that's what they do. And also every industry is different. The education industry is different than the nonprofit industry, which is different than the corporate. And even within the corporate world, tech is different than food and beverage, which is different than construction. Like you need someone who has experience with your industry. And that's not to say that you shouldn't hire someone if they've never worked in food and beverage, right? That's not true, because that I probably wouldn't exist. I wouldn't exist if someone hadn't taken a chance on me. But if you are going to do that, you need to be able to provide the support and input, because this isn't just like, okay, I hire construct the present, I'm hands off now. Go ahead, construct the present. You got this, right? And then leadership takes a back seat and isn't a part of it. And so I think like there's so many things that could go wrong in this conversation, in the same way that there's so many things that could go wrong if you're hiring a new accountant. Like you're not going to hire a new accountant for your business and then never talk to them for 6 months and assume that they're working, right? And let them show up without having reviewed the work. Like, but for some reason, there's this narrative that around work specifically with race that people are afraid of. And until we get over that fear, whether it's fear that you're going to say something wrong, whether it's fear that you're not experienced enough, or it's going to create tension, like those are the things that we have to talk through. And I think the biggest thing that I always tell my clients is to think about racism as trauma. And so everything that we're doing, we have to take a trauma-informed approach. Like, how would you talk about this if we were talking about something that could have the potential to harm everyone in the room? We would really take some time and plan what that would look like, how it would sound, who should be involved, all of those safety nets to ensure that the conversation happens thoughtfully and intentionally.